gonna be live. Hello, everyone. I don't think I got to put everything in my. Hello. How do I spell that? Or what how to spell my own. For watching. Thanks. I was just trying to get different go along. Sometimes I add little images and it doesn't come out quite the way I think. So I'll try to play with it. So that'll be on my in my YouTube channel. So there's that, and then then oops. So I'm just trying to share some information right here in the chat part. Um, now to business, new adventure. And the reason why I bring this up is I had personal experience in terms of last two riders. I don't know. My focus wasn't always completely on keeping the love vibe in the car because I was getting tired. I wasn't sure if I really wanted to, play around with driving people anymore. But it's okay. I think both riders were really good, and one was more uplifting than the other. And I think that whole event was just fine. Only my worry, my own judgment of people rating me bad came up. And it was interesting because I was tired enough. And that one before the last rider, I had her before, and she was just a very nice woman, but she's also more of a lack-minded, pessimistic person. And she has life skills. She doesn't believe in them. And she only believes that they're good enough through a dogmatic practice of she has to work for someone else. She works for a grocery store right now. She hates dealing with customers. Interesting because she loves teaching children. All we are is little children in a big body. The other part, and she I'm just unaware, the same story twice now, two rides, same story. She attracts complaints, and she herself is a complainer and a lack-minded individual in this observance that she had a past relationship. It was really very controlling, not very good for her. People around her in her immediate field aren't very helpful, aren't as supportive, but through their own guilt or being related, they will help her out, but they really don't really want to. And it doesn't lend a loving upliftment for her child or herself. And it leaves her lack minded, incomplete, doubting herself, doubting her skills. And also didn't really help that she was absolutely for the face blanket and the mask, which she's allowed. But she's read thing and done thing and doesn't watch TV. However, she's kind of very focused on the lack, just observing, just observing. So I could feel like, well, no, if you went and looked at this one, I know, and we could share. But she was just like kind of putting up with me because she was going to be right in her lack-mindedness, especially, God bless and good way, all about her, making suggestions for her upliftment, for this individual's upliftment. Like she has life skills, she has experience, she's a mom, she loves children, and she doesn't have to teach in a conventional form. She could tutor. She could forward herself on Facebook. She could forward herself in ads. She could say, I have years of experience teaching this particular grade. I thrive with young ones. I truly believe in yada, yada, yada. I truly am here for your child's growth, yada, yada. I truly am looking for patrons who want to protect and uplift and teach and keep a child's mind open. And I'm great one on one, and I would love to serve you and would love to have a conversation around my history and what I can bring to your family. But she wasn't into that. She was like, she had to do it just this way, which was leading me to believe, for me, and wanting to share with you, what if you have a dream for a business? What if you have a dream of moving forward for? It wasn't that long ago. You didn't need a lambskin. That was nice, right? The very rich could go to their rich elitist schools, or you were very fortunate if you rose up, it seemed, and you applied yourself, and you could go to your state college or other college on scholarship. Sometimes you worked and went to school, and you really, what do you want? This is not working for me. Stop it. Stop it now. Go, go. Thank you. So that's just one way. And we know so much is happening on the planet that school and education has been very dark and been very controlling and been contriving people into a funnel. And so, okay, excuse me. Come on, get out, 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 go out, go out, back, go out. Thank you. Sorry. So that's my talkative kitty, and she will want me to either let her out again or sit with her. She can be okay. She's okay. She's gone out a little bit, not as much as because I was home all day, but she's been out a few times. She's okay, and she's got food. So, and for me to want to deliver what I want to you and stay focused and stay loving, she needs to go now over there outside. When she gets settled down, she wants to be with me, and she wants to be a little quiet. She can express herself. She can go on the bed and listen to us chat. So, anyway, that's just one way. The education system is just one way. I really, so any of us who has a skill, a card reading, really feeling comfortable hearing guides or card reading or seeing energy, seeing the best in people, or you're a mechanic or you're a hairdresser or you do nails, or and you just and even if it's something you never went to school, but you do a good job. You do a great job. You don't need anyone's permission. Just begin. It wasn't that long ago that if so-and-so was a good mechanic, friends of friends brought their cars or whatever they need fixing. Could be a bicycle, could be a motor scooter, could be a car, right? And the mechanic worked on it. Wasn't that long ago, a shaman of a community, and some indigenous places still do. You are a nurturer. Your role is mom, nurturer, teacher. You are going to be the next shaman. I'm going to train you. You have capable warrior skills and fine evaluation skills. You can be on the tribe counselor. In fact, some of you, you could be in line for leading the tribe. It wasn't that long ago we had those who cooked well and they just started a business. Started out of your house, out of your clean kitchen. Women have been resourceful all over hundreds of years. If you need to do something, you begin, you do it. So I wish that for you, to not wait necessarily till you have all the ducks in a row. Just begin through posters, through ads, through word of mouth. Even if though it doesn't look supportive, go on Facebook, go on YouTube, go on Instagram, stand on a street corner. I do this and I'm available to you. Hand out, oh my God, handing out business cards and a flyer. I would do that. I would do that on street corners. Hand out a flyer and a business card. $1 off, $2 off. Free consultation. Call me for what you get. Right? And you're wise enough. If someone's copying you, you feel it through, you ask a few questions. I do it this way. Do you want a reading? I mean, I would say, like, there have been people that call me to feel me out. If they have to feel me out, they don't know better for themselves. They're insecure. And because if they were more honest, they could even just say, I do this too. I'm in your area. Great to meet you. I charge this. What do you charge? Do you mind telling me? Or I do this. You know, you're new. I've been here for a while. I've only been here for 2 years. How long? You can just talk and be honest with people. You don't have to make up things and, ask questions like and lie about it. If you do, you do, because that's where you're at. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. I'm honest. There's a psychic person in Florida. I'm not even there yet. Totally afraid of me. Totally afraid. Oh, it'll be too busy here. And it put me off a little bit too. The traffic's a lot. It's really busy here. She only forwards people who study with her. I just had a talk with another intuitive person that there are some very famous psychics, and they'll just say things like, you need to study with me because you don't know what you're doing, and you might open that Pandora's box and you'll have demons around you. You know what? That might be true. There also is great learning when that happens. And none of them have the right to say, study with me because I have a Pleiadian chip in my body. Study with me because I talk to Jesus Christ and I've been doing this for years and I've been reading for years and I've had this title. You know what? You're still a person and you poop. Yeah, you actually take a SHIT in your toilet or your bush. No way. Any one of us can go online and read and follow different people and educate and discern. So it's not that those teachers aren't lovely, they are. But, during this past couple of years, as different information has built to forward truth, many people espousing their talents have been warring with the very same people they chat and had each other's on their show or shared their skills. And now, because of some information, they're mad at each other. They call each other names, or tell you not to go to their channel, or they're totally discredited. And you know what? I still think you have a right to go look for all of the show, for all of the time, or some of the time just to see and check in with yourself and bounce it off you. If it resonates to you, to go do that. You have a right to study with one of these people that says, it's only me until we both decide you're ready. If you need that. But chances are you can decide on your own, and you might do the full course of 8 weeks and you might do 8 hours and be okay. Because you are okay, you can decide for yourself. For people who come over to me to know stuff, I'm going to tell you I'm having a psychic moment. I'm going to tell you what I feel about it, what I think. I'm going to tell you this is what the cards say, what I'm picking up on it. And that's why I really don't want to know your question. I would like to read the cards based on the highest and best information that should come through for you. Now, if you want to tell me later, and then we do a little bit more deep digging, fine. But sometimes too, you just hear back the person's words and you can feel their energy, you can see the story. And it doesn't hurt that someone like me, for example, I have lived a big life. I've been many, many things. I have a backstory. I want to work on a forward story. I've had seeing demons, seeing angels, seeing things in between, and colors and voices and ears and whatever, just like you may have. But I'm here also to bring to you to share with you, to support you. So I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about you. And I'm not invested. Stay with the lover that beats you. Stay with the lover that's calling you from 2,000 miles away that you lose sleep over because you see them psychically. You see them psychically and they're still playing with you. So you have an attachment. You need to work on the attachment to let it go, whatever. Not work hard, but you need to allow yourself, your soul's growth to move on. And we will discuss that. So I do hope some of these people, even in fact that I help in my car when I drive them, call me because I know I can give them information. They are still in their own vehicle. It is up to them. I'm not living their life for them, and I'm not going to lose sleep over you. I'm not going to lose sleep over anybody because I have my own stuff. And I know when I lose sleep over my own things that I need to show up for and fine tune and manifest into the being that I want to experience. So I'm going to be here for you, but I'm probably not going to write down every single, excuse me, I'm going to say it, goddamn thing. You, in our session, for example, you take some notes and you also ask and you also see cards. Now, if we decide together certain things that we agree upon for the session, that's okay. That's one way to do it, right? But I'm living my experience and other experiences that I'm attracting, and I don't have time for X, Y, and Z, and Sally, and Rose, and Harry, and Henry, and so that's psychically attacking you to live all of that life because that's too much energy, too much waste of my time. I ain't gonna do it. And I already been there with the amateurs and loving the amateurs. And why would you don't squelch your light for anybody? Whether they have money, a lambskin, no people, lambskin, I mean from their college of choice, a good job, a good car, a great job, great house. Don't squelch your light for them. Focus on what you want to do. So I want to pull cards on this time of starting a business and what that would mean. Time and adventure and you moving forward. What would that mean right now, today, tonight? What kind of information would come to the surface for you for moving forward, for starting a new adventure? And the highest and best, what are the cards going to say to you tonight about moving forward, new adventure, new business, new life, new partner? What would the cards bring to you about your sovereignty, your divinity, your mastery, and what to live into? So remember this part right here, and sovereignty, divinity, mastery, and what to live into in new adventure of home, business, creation, your new mastery right now, tonight. So we're gonna pick cards on that. Ask for the highest and best. Like usual, I will talk about the numbers if it comes up and feels appropriate, the colors of the cards. We may do some of what the author has to say, but certainly it's going to be what I think as well that I wish will forward you and support you. And tonight you sleep well. And whenever you hear this, that it will uplift you and bring you some um, really cool feeling for what you're about next. Interesting, the card thumbnail I picked for tonight was, and I'm going to get my other cards, just one moment. So this is the King of Fire. All right, and fire is a masculine aspect. Where did I put that? 1 second, I apologize. Okay, and then we've got a pen, and I've got my cards over there, so we're pretty good to go. Let's see, I want to just look up. So, King of Fire, I am going to read about the I'll just get one more thing for you as we start off. There's a page here that I want to remember what this is. So, I'll just right here. I know this is a masculine aspect. I think that's too far over. Here we are. Okay, so wands. I always think of wands as very expressive, but also like the magic wand statement piece. So King of Fire. So this was pulled as a space picture. So King of Fire. Fire is also cleansing. Fire is ferocious. Fire is helpful in life, and fire is destructive. And this is the king. So when it's a king, they mean business. I want to just read what the author has to say, because kings are an authority, prosperous, often very noble, regal, right? They have lots of discernment. And since the king of fire is cleansing, I'm going to think this is going to be pretty amazing to set the tone of the reading. King of Fire. Spiritual influencer, creative, inspired leadership. And what is the theme of this is your divinity, you're moving ahead, your own mastery in new business, new adventure, that you don't need the actual piece of paper or someone's approval. This is a tone setting into this spiritual influencer, creative, inspired leadership. And this is what the author wrote about the King of Fire. When I am aligned with spirit, I am a powerful leader who inspires others. My mastery benefits others as I teach them, directly at times and indirectly at others, modeling what they might aspire to. How can I be confident in my own abilities and vision without becoming rigid or closed off to new ideas? Let me read this again because, again, this is setting a tone, right? It set the tone for the theme tonight about mastery, divinity, new adventures, trusting your heart to start a new business, whether it's a new relationship, new self-awareness. Going back now a couple of minutes to hear what I initially said because I didn't write it down, but it's also in the title. So this sets a tone, cleansing, a king of authority, fire of the heart, passion, nobility. And kings aren't fluffy. Like, they mean business. They sit in justice. They sit to observe and hear and cut through to the truth. And wands are very creative, just like fire can be very, think of a fire dance, a fire cleanse, a fire walk. And yes, you can get burned by fire, so it's right good to have discernment. But fire itself, if a house burns down, it means starting, like it can mean starting anew, blazing a trail. And in this case, you are starting something new. So leaving that past behind and having that passion to move forward into your mastery and divinity and those new thoughts that you don't need anyone else's approval. So listen to this again. Spiritual influencer, creative, inspired leadership. When I am aligned with spirit, I am a powerful leader who inspires others. That's your new business, your new adventure. My mastery benefits others as I teach them, directly at times and indirectly at others, because sometimes people aren't ready, but they will be along. Modeling what they might aspire to, because I feel that when you are teaching or lending support, the teacher, the facilitator is learning to and re-solidifying that which she or he believes in or is tweaking to help the other see their mastery and their growth and their potential. How can I be confident in my own abilities and vision without becoming rigid or closed off to new ideas? So in part of this, I think is going to come through with the cards that I'm going to pull, as well as the cards supporting those aspects and that information that keeps you empowered to your vision of your new adventure, your new business, knowing that you don't have to necessarily rely on education, others' approval, paying out all kinds of money for that one title that you say you want to do forever and ever. You're going to be a long time on the planet. Some of you that are 20, you're going to be a long time on the planet going through 4 years of college. Are you going to want to be that particular management? Chances are, in the 2 to 5 years, if you stay in that field, you're going to morph and change, and that's going to look different. If the business you work for doesn't morph and change, you are, if you allow yourself, And you might not be with there if that business is too rigid, doesn't work and change. And you may start your own, which is what I'm talking about, that if you choose to leave college, you don't need their approval. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars for their approval when, and excuse me, you're paying the 65, 70,000, 4,000, $6,000, $500, whatever it is. The information and books they give you now, even right now off the internet, depending where you get it, it's going to be old news. It's going to be old news. Just like on phones, it's old news. Now, certainly they could keep our today's phone going and upgrade it the way it is. But generally speaking, technology is fluid and moving forward, back and forth, forward and backward. It's very expansive. You are very expansive. So let's just see what the cards say about new adventures and how to be with those thoughts, those next steps, creating in your new vision, right? Some of you may not know it yet. Maybe hearing these cards will help you. Maybe you want to take a hobby and start doing it at flea markets, especially as things calm down. Although there are states you can drive to when they're not, haven't had restrictions. But let's say things are calming down now. Things are coming out now. I don't believe in every area you are going to need a mask and a passport. I don't believe in that at all. That's all going away. So what will be in your highest and best to support you in new adventure of new business, a new way to forward yourself, being open to forward yourself in next steps. Okay. It's in the highest and best of the collective, those people who are wanting to move forward with a new business, new relationship, new adventure, not needing any approval, just having that little bit of confidence to go forward where no man, woman, or person has gone before. And even if others have, it's okay. You're a new trailblazer for you. This one I don't. Okay. This one, nope. There's two in the middle that are going to be interesting to find when it comes time. Wow, this is a lot of information tonight. So we're definitely going to do numbers. And just see. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. There's a lot to say. A lot to say tonight. Very interesting. Did not think this was going to happen. It's been a long time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 cards that wanted to talk with us. So there's going to be quite a bit going on here, guys. I'm going to try to do it in such a way where I pull together. So it won't be a super, 2-hour reading. Oh gosh, I don't know if that was first or second. I don't know if that was first or second. Toward the end, I wasn't sure, but they were probably going to compliment. Okay. I thought that one might be the last one. Anyway, let's see what they're all going to say. I just want to do that for a second so I can write down the numbers tonight. So bear with me one moment because I'm going to do. Oops. 48, 3, 46, 10, 1, 4, 2. Oh, wow. 2 7s in a row, Donald. Okay. 3, and 2 9s. And I think that really was the last one, actually. Okay. I'm going to break down some of it. So the first card, which is really interesting for me, while I see this as a very loving card, obstacles are being removed from your path. This brings information. There's ancestor bringing news here from beyond, whether you want to see this as angel light or cosmic ancestors. The very wise elephant that has these squinty eyes that are so keen and see truth clearly. The long trunk that smells through, that picks up on many, many different notes of sense. Very, very smart animal. The nurturer, whether you want to see this as mama and baby. Number 2, so 2 also as a balance. And if the news is death, death is just a beginning to something else. If the news is be patient, or stay the course, or hold for a moment, not being hard on yourself and not judging the situation, still, news is, and obstacles are being removed from your path. So if there is a slight hold up, just be still and observe. Observe that messages are overhead coming to you. If there is death, it is a necessary part of a transition. The death might be a physical death of someone you know. The death might be your own part of you because you have to say welcome in some things and say goodbye to things. And then the nurturer of even your higher self to you, or the part of you that is parent to someone else, knowing that something new needs to begin. Family, the family you're creating, the adventure you're creating is important. And this was a number 7. And we'll leave it at that. Dance your troubles away. Obstacles are being lifted. You don't need to fall upon what other people say about you. The clouds above look reminiscent of actually spaceship ancestry again. Dance as if no one is looking. Feel the passion of your heart. Dance your troubles away. Sometimes we play music. It's kind of like you'll see sometimes when you put on a YouTube flash mob and everyone shows up and dances, it really creates a lot of joy for people. And the people that actually started out in the street or a plaza are uplifted themselves. You're uplifted by knowing you have other choices and options, that you can do this new adventure by dancing your troubles away, trusting in either holding still, letting go, moving on from the messages that are coming to you intuitively, or the ones from your heart, the ones from your family lineage that are the family that you're creating. Sometimes it comes from blood family, sometimes it just comes from you yourself being parent to you or listening to your higher self, but obstacles are being removed, dancing your troubles away. Sometimes in that moment of waiting for things to shift, it's just being with life. And it's sometimes hard to move forward or it doesn't feel like you can. But in the moment, we can do something uplifting for us while we're having our vision percolate or ready to take that leap with it. Just be with self. Dance your troubles away. It's also a number 1 card. That's going to be really cool. I'll hold up the cards when I kind of do the numbers. Shapeshift. So these were 2 cards that came out. I think that was more than the 2 at the end. These were cards that came out that I thought were really going to mean something, particularly for this theme, in some way that would be clarifying to you in new adventure, new start, relying on you, not listening to others, and taking on like your own authority, your own mastery, your own divinity, your own awareness, your own desire of wanting to have this new adventure for you. Hey, hi, I think that thank you to here. I'm just seeing you right now. I don't know how long I've been talking. It's about 35 minutes. So So hopefully if you're back at the beginning, it will kind of set up and make more sense as I go along, Deb. So shapeshift, transform, expand into reality. All about taking who you are and shapeshifting. You can go back into your old skin when it's right to revisit, but you can take on something new. That it is okay. You have the information. So if you're in school and you like school, fine. If you're not in school, fine. You don't need authority figures to help you with your vision. If you want to play that game of being in school, okay, and getting a lambskin, okay, but going after that business, okay. But remember, you have all the seeds of power within you to be that visionary. You don't need anyone else's approval or opinion. So this time about starting anew, starting fresh, starting a new business, starting a relationship, recreating you is right here. Shapeshift, transform, experience a new reality. And with the other card that came up, they were sort of almost stuck together. They felt a little weird about almost being picked, but I couldn't put them back in the pile. So this goes, you are immortal. Make your decisions carefully. So you have time. There's no rush. You can percolate. You can wait for the information. The obstacles are being lifted. You don't want to rush too fast into it, but it's there for you. With keen eyes, a good scent. So whether you're the higher figure and nurturing the babe self, that's you, or you have a partner or a guardian around you nurturing you, it's okay. You can lumber along, move ahead, take your time. If there is a death, the death may be a part of you that you're leaving behind or information that's still coming, but don't worry, obstacles are being lifted. And so this card sometimes is like a little bit of a weight, and yet you are going to be moving forward because you dance your troubles away. Trust in those next steps that are going to be appearing, especially in the month of March, because we're also going into a spring, right? Getting ready for spring soon. We're going to be in this hemisphere, we're going to be leaving winter behind. So dance your troubles away. Do your best to be in a state of happiness. Allow that in while you're waiting for some news, or while there is that death, or while you are having some discernment and with your keen eyes, with that nose, kind of sniffing things out and just seeing what you're going to do next, whether it's relying on school or waiting for some information. But go within because it's really up to you. It's really up to you as shapeshift. You can allow yourself to become anew. It is all right to reinvent yourself. It is all right to go for the new thing. It is all right to leave school. It is all right to leave a job. It is all right to leave a family. It is all right because you are immortal. Make your decisions carefully. Discern. Don't rush. But you are immortal. You can shape shift. You can reinvent. You can go for that new adventure. Be mindful of your body, mind, spirit. Be mindful of your temple. Gaia needs you. Act from your heart and crown. This came up last night or the night before in a reading. So while all this is happening to you, staying still, I don't say weigh out the pros and cons, but there's a time to hold a little bit. Like right now, I think I want to move forward, but it's a little time to hold. March is a month I'm leaving, picking a date, going away. And you too, like, I think if you're back in school, you're in a new semester, I think just for the end, probably before the spring, and right in the spring break when you leave. Isn't that how it goes? You can inform me, but this is the latter part. So you have like 4 semesters in college. So I want to say this is the 3rd semester, then you maybe have a break, and then you come back to finish the last few weeks. So what's going to be happening? And some of you feel so much pressure from your families to finish what you started, or you look bad if you don't have a lambskin or change your mind. You're going to change your mind if you're going to be on the planet a long time. You change your mind. You can change your mind about your spouse, the clothes you wear. You change your mind every day about the clothes you wear. You don't wear the same old thing every day in, day out. You wash some, you interchange some. You change your style throughout your life. So you don't need anyone's permission to move ahead in your mastery. You don't need anyone's permission that now you're an authority on this. You're an authority on something because you have passion. You're an authority on something because you have interest and you follow it. You're an authority on something because you are living life's experience in this college of earth. So you don't need anyone's approval, just for your own Let the obstacles come out of the way. Feel out the area. There may be news coming for you. Be gentle with yourself. Trust that you are connected to your higher power. Trust that even if you have that one ally, obstacles are being lifted and the information is coming. So dance and act as if and have some fun and worry free. And you can do this. The information is coming from our ancestors. The information is coming for you from your higher self. The information is coming for you because you're being creative and moving the body, or you're just being open to having the information come to you while you just do your best to be happy and dance. Dancing could, like I said, be listening to music. It could be walking. It could be actually just physically moving, something you might not have done in a long time. Or maybe you're doing it without people watching because you don't need their approval. You shapeshift, you move, you become. You can go back to old skin, but there's new skin for you to live into, and you are immortal. So look at the signs around you. Pay attention to your mind, body, spirit. And this word careful sometimes can be a little tricky. This is just sort of be careful of what it is you think you have learned if others are telling you you need to do something or else. A lot of people lately said, you need to do this or you'll lose your job. You need to do this or your health will be compromised. You need to do this or we will not like you. You need to do this or government won't help you. You need to do this because that's a lot. And they lied. So as you make your decisions, check back in your body, mind, and spirit. You don't need as much approval as you think. Just need that willingness to dance, to allow yourself to shift, to look forward and into what it is you want to create and have in that new adventure, new business, new partnership. And Gaia needs you because you are part of Gaia. You are expanding just like the earth is. So act from what feels like inspired information and let it reach your heart. Don't keep it just up here in the computer. Let it reach your heart. Speak your truth. Express yourself. Speak your truth. Express yourself. There's a lot of you going for college now. It was up to you to go to college these last couple of years thinking you needed to do this. You were on a trajectory of that's what I need to do. And I feel like many of you made it so hard for yourselves. Wearing the masks, just being online, getting the thing. I would have been like, give me some money so I can go on an adventure and I'll backpack or I'll go to an environment where they're not so rough on me and soak in that college of life's experience. Okay, but you are allowed to choose. And in this well of justice, this well of knowledge, ancient wisdom, speak your truth, express yourself. Sometimes with me in the past, it was FFF bomb on everybody's head and your head was up, you know what. But the truth is, I was speaking truth. Just had to cut through that. And I was definitely speaking my truth. And quite frankly, I was bringing a lot of truth. But some of you weren't able to hear it because you weren't ready for it. So, of course, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. If I don't know what the hell I'm doing, I'm going to, I only have to know for myself, just like you only have to know for yourself. And what I know is so much more truth is coming to the table that we're all going to be surprised. And that's why there's not going to be no one size fits all and fits all in any of the group. And it's not supposed to. It's never supposed to. It's not about being like-minded. Please forget that stupid, please help me never say it again. Stupid saying, oh, I want to live with the like-minded. You know what? Don't do that to yourself. You're not supposed to be like-minded. We come together in our diversity so that solutions are ever present, can be brainstormed, not from like-mindedness. Too much like-mindedness will breed contempt and stupidity. Be your own unique flame. Be your own pulse. Be that visionary. Sometimes you climb up and don't say anything, you're just observing, and sometimes you let your mouth raw. It's R-O-A-R, raw. Like a lion, raw. Okay. Break the negative cycle. These last two cards complement each other, and I thought this very, very last card was the last card. I thought I mixed them up, but either way, they very much complement each other, just like the other two were stuck. These two are like the end, and I could feel it coming. Break the negative cycle. Let truth run. Let your truth, let your purity, let your power, let your majesty, let your wildness be. Stomp on the old system. Stomp on the old way. Don't have to go back to what you knew. There's always this house, this foundation. Good. You got that somewhere in the world. There's a place waiting for you. But stomp on negative cycle. Stomp on it. Be the ones waiting to hear that information as obstacles are being lifted. Dance. Be you. Dance your troubles away, because troubles are just a way of looking, and they're going to teach you something for the next step as you wait and you shapeshift into your new life, new adventure, the desire to have a business, to create something different. You don't need anyone's approval. You're going to listen carefully to your heart. You're not going to listen carefully to others, even me. You take with a grain of salt. Honor your mind, body, spirit. You are immortal. You are immortal. It's going to come out on the planet. You are immortal. I've said for many years I want to live to be 357. And if I don't, it's none of your business. I'm going to live to be 357, and I have a right to say, no, I'll be immortal. I might stick around for 1,000 years or so. Why? Because I'm going to go back to 28 years old. I'm going to go back to 28 years inside. I'm going to really live fully. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to contribute. I'm going to thrive. I want to be. I want to have fun. I want to be juicy and happy and truthful and leader. Care about you. Not to the point where you suck me dry. No way. Zero. I don't do that. The moment you start to get like baggage and change, I don't do Jacob Marley. I say, bye. Until you're ready, go. And you want to come back, I'll know. We'll learn, we'll grow, we'll be happy, we'll converse. But you don't need me to be your guru 100% of the time, every single day. And you don't need anyone else to be your guru. You're the guru. Really, you're just immortal and divine. So with all this information, you can begin anew. You can start a new business. I understand you may want to bring some allies in. There may be a little bit fine tuning. Maybe you don't know how to exactly do something, but we'll learn. It will come to you. You'll get it. I'll get it. Don't need the lambskin. I've got a lambskin. I went to college. So big deal. Maybe I didn't know how to make it work for me. Maybe I really didn't like it. I really don't fit into corporate myself. I don't want to tell others what to do, or else they don't get a raise. I don't want to have others say, you got to do this for your minimum wage, or it looks like you're not doing your job. Because if you don't invite a few more people to sign up for credit cards, you look like you're letting your team down. Oh, poor bad you. You're unworthy. Come on, try harder, fit in more. No. Why do you want to fit in? Don't fit in. Just be. And together, we just kind of go with the flow with each other. We have some respect for each other. We listen a little bit more. We come to a place where we're finding the real truth, where we will share information. And if we really can't swallow what the other person's saying, it's like, I can't swallow what you're saying because I really know this and you really know that. Well, how about we pick a subject we might like to talk about instead of hating each other? Because that's the part. The division within divisions. Stop it. Stop it. We can show up kind. We can at least speak kindly because all of us want to be kind. All of us want some measure of allowance of care. Last card, illumination. Right? Illumination. What you desire, you can bring into. What you desire can be, with or without college, with or without a spouse approval, with or without your family approval, with or without your best friend approval. You only have to approve of you. You only have to like what you are doing. It makes you smile. You only have to be inspired. You, because you're the one, you're making your dream, you're making your next steps happen by the allowance of showing up, illuminated, because you are willing. You're willing to just be a visionary, go into new steps, allow for that new thing to be, instead of saying I can't. Again, with a little story of someone that I met today, met her twice. She has skills and she's in a grocery store. Okay, because you can take those skills and lend them to people. But what she does is she don't like dealing with grown-ups who complain. She's forgetting, Well, not only has her life been stressful, that she has shared couple different sensitive things, those people's lives are sensitive and they've been stressed. And that's how they know. So she's attracted in her energy other complaints of these people. She hates her job. She'd like to go back to her other job, but she's working within some other confines she did not share completely. Okay, she's got a story. Family members aren't always that supportive, but they're sort of supportive and sort of showing up. She doesn't feel alone. She feels outnumbered. And to say to her, you have gifts and skills. You could do this. You could try marketing yourself like that. You can go here and do this. And gave her several examples. Oh no, the wall came up. Oh no, the wall came up. Oh no, I have to do it this way. Well, as long as you think you have to do it this way, that funnel gets smaller and smaller and smaller till you're squeezed. And in her case, or in other cases, people get fat and fatter and fatter and fatter till they have so many problems. They hate themselves. They hate their divine self. They've made themselves so fat, 600 pounds. They've made themselves so ugly because they keep saying, no, I can't. No, I can't do that. No, I can't do it this way. They wrote their story as if they're a walking dead. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. I don't care if you're 60. I don't care if you're 16. I don't care if you're 96. You're still breathing. You have a right to recreate, reinvent. You have a right to not listen to me or anyone else. Let the information resonate. I'm here to want to support you. What's your issue? What's your roadblock? What is it? Tell me. I know I have an answer for you. You know, the cars have an answer for you. It's a little bit of a holdup. Obstacles are being lifted. So you want the obstacles to be lifted so when you're not moving fast. So what? Oh, the obstacle. No. Move too far ahead. Stuck. I'm stuck. What? Let the obstacles be lifted. Whether the news is death, whatever the information is, you're going to be supported by, whether it's parent, higher self, wise one, into your little self, your soul self, yourself, you're one and the same. Could be family member, good friend. Let the obstacles lift. February is a month of kind of seeing how things go. Obstacles are lifting. We even know that in the yada 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 MSM, mainstream media. They're still bouncing back and forth, causing diversion. Let it be known. The upper respiratory is a fake landemic. So just be with what you want to create. Try to take it light. Dance a little bit. Dance in your dreams. Dance outside. Move a little funky. In a car. In a grocery store. And the lines are, especially when you're older and you're in a line and go to those youngins. Yeah, what you want. You can have some fun. Let yourself shape shift. Let yourself be the miraculous divine person you are. Let your mastery start to slip out of yourself. You can always go back to what you knew. You can always go back. You got to go back to the old stuff in some way. Let yourself blossom. Let yourself go. Transform experience into new reality. You are immortal. Make your decisions carefully. Well, you're immortal. Getting used to your human body. Kind of figuring out how that really feels. Feel more into your vision. And carefully choose for you. Pull people around you then who are open to your visions of mastery rather than helping you cut it down. And honor mind, body, spirit. Gaia needs you because you're a part of Gaia. Let the information come through the crown, let it touch your heart center, which is the heart is the most powerful magnetic organ of the body, which helps to be a magnet to bring into what you desire that have gone through your imagination, gone through the computer, letting the ideas percolate and sift and get as much fine tune as you can and let them hit your heart so they'll grow and so they'll magnify and be a magnet and just like steel, come together. Express your truth. Speak your truth. Express yourself. Express yourself. We've so many times in lifetimes, what do we say? Make your bed and lie in it. It's real dumb, especially when Well, you already did that. Make your bed and line it too bad per you. Stop complaining. And someone points a finger at you. Or you can't have your cake and eat it too. That's a dumb one. Way dumb. Stop saying that. Why would you not want a cake and eat it too? Why would you want to have a beautiful cake, some little present, some delicious thing you don't always have, and you can't eat it? That's dumb. Eat it and like it and love it. And what's another one? Children should be seen and not heard. Did your grandmama ever say that to you? Did some other adult ever say and look at your mom while you were going, "Wow, but I really want the toy," and somebody that really couldn't stand the noise or want to support your mother or your grandmother? Children should be seen and not heard. They should shut up. Well, they had plenty of that the last couple of years, you witches. Break the negative cycle. Be bold, be brave, be courageous, be a purity of heart, be the nobility that this horse epitomizes. Crunch and crush negativity. Oh, it's there as a mirror. You need to keep carrying that negativity around with you. Crush it, bury it into the earth. Stand noble. And illumination. The very last card. What you desire is, and let your luminous self radiate out to attract it into your beingness. You got this. So this was about your divinity, your ability to start anew with or without approval from school or other. And it is okay if that's what you want, education. But what irks me personally is after your 4 years, all those books that are also teaching all old stuff, they're so outdated. You're going to walk into an arena and need a whole new set of information and books. And yet, you and your parents or you bought into that system. Just like I was saying, it wasn't that long ago. You didn't need a lambskin. You were just handy mechanic. People came to you word of mouth. You're a great babysitter, word of mouth. People come to your house. May not have the law-abiding paperwork, but if 10 moms know, 6 moms know you're trustworthy, they know to a core you are a right, good, stand-up person. They're going to bring your kids over because they need a break and they need help. Not everyone can pay a higher price necessarily of how we've been doing things with a lambskin and approvability for that. And that time is coming to an end soon. This paying much more for food than some other food because the evilness that seems to divide the food chain and all the food we have is going to be less and go away. So if you are passionate in authority, you're teaching yourself, you're learning, you market yourself, you speak about yourself, you artist. I'm a good lecturer. I'm a good teacher. I'm a good psychic reader. I'm a good spiritual leader. I'm a good writer. I'm a fun, creative person. I infuse information and light into my work to uplift you, to bring you to your own mastery, for you to be a laser like cutting edge leader, for you in your community, small, even in not isolated, but a small macrocosm of or microcosm, macrocosm or microcosm, just that small bit of community you want to be in, and how that important your important vibe will radiate out and touch others. You don't need to spend $60,000. What you need is a willingness to be you, to know when to hold and fold, to allow yourself that growth. Illumination is all around you because that's what you are, powered by the stars. So let's see what the numbers add up. I thought I was going to do each one individually, but so there's so many cards. Let's just see. Oh, wow. 4, 14, 18, 6, 32, 6. Okay, let's see what's going on. 4, 8, 19, 18, 32, and 6. 18. Oh, wow. Okay. So everything comes, all the cards tonight come to the number 1. I want to say kings in terms of tarot are 4. They're either 4 or 14. And I've read a couple of different things, but 4 and 1 is 5. But let's just go through a couple more numbers just to bring this all to a close. And then for those of you who've missed, I'm going to read what also the King of Fire was about, because it's really good to remember. I think it's really helpful. And I'll show that image again. So number 1, of all the cards that I brought, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. So, straight like an arrow, strong, assertive, individual self-discovery, know thyself, the power within, a great start to new beginnings. And what was this about? A new adventure, new time, new start, new business, new romance, you taking you and moving forward in that confidence. Straight like an arrow, strong, assertive, individual self-discovery, know thyself, power within, a great start to new beginnings. There also was 2 7s and 2 9s, which I think that's great, because the 9s share your talents and your wisdom, starting new business, starting new self-adventure, going ahead, moving forward, not needing other people's approval. Cosmic consciousness, linked to compassion and empathy. Share your wisdom and talents with the world, and prepare for spiritual awakening, good fortune, good luck, synchronicity of events. Really good. And King of Fire, the thumbnail, the earth, fire, water. There we go. And the overall reading, which binds it all together. Spiritual influencer, creative, inspired leadership. When I'm aligned with spirit, I'm a powerful leader who inspires others. My mastery benefits others as I teach them, directly at times, indirectly at others, modeling what they may aspire to. How can I be confident in my own abilities and visions without becoming rigid or closed off to new ideas? You're powered by the stars. Illumination, you're luminous. So many cards here. Act from your heart and crown. Speak your truth, express yourself. You're immortal. Go about carefully, but by your own discernment, decide. Transform. Dance away troubles, and you may be waiting a little bit. Okay, you're holding back a little bit. Okay, news is coming, whatever that news is, death or the moving forward. It's still just about the same thing, because death is a transition, a cleansing, just like fire. It can be a reactivation, a restart, a rebirth. And kings don't fool around. They're full of prosperity, wisdom. They discern. And King of Fire, passion. It's time for all of us to move ahead with our passions, no matter what age, without approval, especially if we're looking for approval from our teachers, schools, loved ones. Perhaps there are other allies who will support us in a way where our worthiness is transformed. We're assisted in mastery, not our unworthiness. I hope that was helpful. Oh, this Ivan is a goofy. Okay. Well, I hope that was helpful. If you go back, Deborah or anyone else who listens, you'll kind of get it building all together. Really appreciate you. If you found this helpful, please forward it out there in the world. For those of you later who'd like to reach me for spiritual readings or energy work, or to see art infused with love, care, and healing, then I'm glad to hear from you. My little coyote heart just loves you. You are powered by the stars. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.